Hey class, I'm back. So I left off right here with my proof or my evidence that proves big idea number 2. Okay, so just to recap, this is where I am. I just finished with sentence number 6, and I'm moving into sentence number 7, which is an analysis of the link between sentence 5 and sentence 6. Okay? Oops. So that's where I am. I'm going to come right here and I'm going to start explaining. Okay? I'm going to start explaining right here. So the first time I did this, I used the phrase in other words. So I think this time I am going to use the phrase, or actually I think I'm just going to tell exactly what Walsh is doing. Okay, so this is my words and I'm explaining. Walsh is stressing the negative impacts of industrial farming on, I'm going to use that. Walsh is stressing that the negative impacts of industrial farming far outweigh its benefits. So there's my commentary, which is sentence number 7. So I just finished this sentence right here, sentence 7. And now I'm going to follow that same pattern that I did with big idea 1 and big idea 2. And I'm going to do that for sentence 8, 9, and 10. Okay? So I'm going to go backwards. Remember that I skipped sentence 1. I'm going to come back up here. This is my topic sentence. So in this sentence, I am going to tell the author, tell the title, and basically just the main idea of the article. Okay, like 1 or 2 words. So I gotta let the reader know what I'm actually summarizing before I start. So I'm going to give the author's name, Brian Walsh's America's Food Crisis and How to Fix It. Okay. And I need a good verb here. So what actually is his goal? In my opinion, I feel like he is exposing. Okay. I want you to notice something. Do you see right here where I am staying in the present tense? Exposes. He gives. He believes. Okay. It does not matter when something was written. When you are speaking of it in an essay, MLA wants you to stay in the present tense because even though it might have been written in the past, you are discussing it right now. All right. So he's exposing our nation's food system. And then I start with my first big idea. So I'm going to write you a little note right here. This is where sentences 8, 9, and 10 are going to go right here. And I'm going to let you do that. If you would like to borrow mine, since this is new for all of us, if you would like to borrow some of mine to write your summary, I'm fine with that. Sentences 8, 9, and 10 should definitely be yours. Sentence 11, which is the conclusion, should also be yours. But I do want to give you a good sentence starter, okay? So the conclusion sentence is your opportunity to wrap everything up nice and neat with a nice, bow on it, okay? So we're going to reiterate exactly the purpose of Walsh's text. So I want you to start your sentence like this. Walsh wants his readers to know. And I want you to finish that sentence. What do you think overall he wants his readers to take away from America's food crisis and how to fix it? Okay? So one more little mini lesson here. I'm going to pretend like this is a completed paragraph. I'm going to copy it. And we're going to have a quick lesson about how to format an MLA document, because you're going to have to do this for every submission in this class. Okay, so here we go. You ready? All right, first things first. In MLA, you always have to have what is called pagination. Okay, that's a fancy word for page numbers. So you are going to double click in the header. I want you to press the tab key over to the right, and you are going to put your last name. I'm going to pretend my last name is Jones right now. A space, okay? Your last name and a space. And then you're going to come up here where it says page number, and you are going to click on that, go to current position, and then hover over plain number. We just want a plain number, okay? After you do that, you will see that regardless of what page you're on, look, I'm going to go to page 2, it's going to change. It's going to be the consecutive number. That's how you do pagination in all your documents. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is make sure my paper is set up correctly. So I'm going to go to layout. I'm going to check my margins. In MLA, you should have 1-inch margins on all sides, and I have that. My default on this computer is normal, so I'm good. Okay, then I'm going to check my paragraph. Okay, a couple of things you need to notice here. On most computers, the default setting is 0 and 8 points. Okay, when you use that setting, there is going to be extra space in between lines whenever you press the enter key, and we don't want that. So I'm going to change that 8 to 0. So I should have double zeros here. All MLA documents are also double spaced. I'm going to click OK. Now I'm getting somewhere. Now I'm going to look at font, Times New Roman, and size, 12 point. Okay? All MLA documents are set up the same way on the first page. You are going to have your name. I'm pretending that my name is Jennifer Jones. Okay? That's the student name. You hit enter. Then the instructor name. That's me. Enter. Then the name of the class. Enter. And then the date of the due date, the date of submission. Okay? So this is due on September 7th. So I'm going to go ahead and put 07. Notice how I write this. September 2020. All right, so when we do dates in MLA, we do day, month, year, and there is no punctuation. Then on the very next line, I'm going to put my title. You can title this Walsh Summary, because that's what it is. It's a summary of Walsh's work. Take that, and you center it. And then you're going to left align, go back over to the left side. Push the tab because we need to indent. And we're going to paste. Now look how pretty this is. Well, not that. Let me fix this. Now look how pretty this is. So everybody's paper should look exactly the same on this first page. Notice there's no extra space between the date and the title. There's no extra space between the title and the beginning of the summary. The summary is all one paragraph. I have my parenthetical citations. Okay? And then you're responsible for sentences 8, 9, and 10, and then the end of sentence 11. That is your first submission, and it's your first writing assignment. So I want to make sure that you do a good job and everybody understands exactly what the expectations are. If you have any questions, please email me. Also, I'm available at Southeastern every Friday from 8 o'clock a.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. in Carteret Building, room 165. If you want to come by and have a sit down with me, or you want me to proofread any of your work, come on by. Okay? Until then, I will see you online.